The expensive arowana is cheaper than the most of the fish in this area. The Aborigines treat it as a general fish, and every time they go out to fish, they can catch a lot of arowana. Today, we will talk about how the Aboriginal inhabitants in the Amazon rainforest use simple fishing gear to catch arowana. Tony walked into the river with fishing gear in the early morning. The wild animals can be seen everywhere in the tropical rainforest. Since the fishermen have not gone fishing for a long time in the rainy season, the road leading to the river has also grown a lot of plants. Just a few steps to cut down the plants to make way. After a 20-minute journey, they came to the river, and the boat sank. Tony turned the boat over to see if there was any damage to the bottom of the boat, and then repaired the leaking parts of the boat. Scoop out of the water, bring fishing gear and then set off, and it is not easy to get to the fishing area. This tributary was unused for too long, and many withered trees have blocked the way. Tony has to clean up the debris in the river while walking, and sometimes even cut the trees to pass. Tony, 45 years old, is an Aboriginal. He has a wealth of fishing skills. Today, he can catch a lot of fish with simple fishing gear. After taxiing for a period of time, the route was blocked again. Tony could only cut off the wood again. It is really not easy to go through this tributary. After half an hour, Tony came to a wider water area, which is also the place with the most arowanas. Tony saw a fish on the water at this time. He picked up the harpoon and stuck it in. This is a big fish. Tony took the fish up and knocked it out. This is a arowana. Tony continues to row to bigger rivers, because arowana is not his favorite. Although it is expensive in the market, in Tony's eyes, it is just an ordinary fish, and the meat quality is not good. There has better. I have to say that Tony's fishing skills are also very good. While rowing and checking the fish in the river, after a while, another fish was found, and when it was inserted, it hit directly, and it was another arowana. In order to prevent the fish from jumping out, Tony knocked the fish again. This time, the harpoon just hit the tail of the arowana. 2 large arowanas were caught in a short while. Tony continues to slide. It is also very dangerous in this river. There will be not only crocodiles but also giant pythons, so Tony must also keep an eye on the situation on the water. Sometimes there are some snakes on the tree above the head, and if you accidentally bump into it, you will be bitten at any time. If there was not a local Aboriginal, I won't dare to row out from here. At this time, Tony rowed into an area with a lot of fish. When he picked up the harpoon, all the fish ran away, and Tony could only row the boat to continue chasing. Tony also found out that this place should be the arowanas' habitat. He decided to use fishing line to catch arowana. Tony throws the hook out with his hand, as if he were lure fishing. After several attempts, Tony caught another arowana. Tony rowed again to a bigger place. Before entering the Amazon River, he had to row through the section of road covered with water plants. This is also the most likely place to encounter giant pythons. Fortunately, Tony has strong rowing skills. Pass safely in no time. Tony continues to use the way of playing lure. Tony's fishing skills can save the money of buying lure. Soon, there will be big fish hooked. This is still a arowana, and it is not small. This is the 4th arowana. Tony said that arowana was enough. He wanted to catch the fish he liked to eat, so he changed the way of fishing. He removed the wooden stick that the fish was attached to and converted it into a bow and arrow. This can be used to shoot fish hidden in the water. Tony looked for traces of fish on the bank of the river, and when he saw the fish, he shot the bow and arrow. Unfortunately, he missed the shot. Tony can only change the way of fishing again. It seems that the effect is good. After a while, he caught a fish, but the fish was too small. Tony put it back into the river. The bait for fishing is also very special. It is a kind of beans. Tony rowed with one hand and fished with the other. After a while, another fish was hooked. This time, the fish was really not small. Tony still knocked the fish out in the same way. This is a black fish, and Tony likes to eat it. In order to keep the fish fresh, he collected some plants to block the sunlight. It seems that fishing in this way is really good, and the second big fish will be hooked in a while. The fish resources here are really rich. The fish keep hooking, and it is Tony's favorite fish species, which is really a great harvest. The fish caught today is enough to eat for several days. Since Tony's house does not have a refrigerator to store the fish, he won't catch too much. They started rowing home, back to shore. Tony put the fish caught today into the basket. A total of 10 big fish were caught, and the bamboo basket was almost full. Tony happily carried the fish back home. Okay. Today's video is here, and subscribe me to show you a different world.